Alright, everyone, we have another podcast, and I don't think any of you are more fans today. I'm definitely not, because I'm gonna rant. So before we start, I'm gonna rant, so Matt is probably not gonna be here, because he's too busy fighting the weather, and when I get on the call, Kevin is like, "You wanna fight the weather with us? We're gonna right now." Like, I figured if he's playing Minecraft, like, he would forget, obviously. What really makes me mad is Kevin is like, "You want to fight the wither with us? Oh my goodness, what are you doing right now?" So I'm going to join the call and pause. So I'm going to tell him. I'm going to actually yell at him. So let's see what happens. Alright, sorry for that rant. I was actually not really mad at Matt, but...
Brody? Wait, what?
Nothing.
Let me know when you're going to start recording.
I just say I'm starting recording right now.
Oh, okay.
So, what's up, Morgs fans? If you were watching the last minute of me being like, yeah, well, Matt doesn't need
Brody didn't get on the meet with me and Kevin. He just said "frick you" and then left. So I had no idea what he meant because I thought my podcast time was at 10:40, but that's all right.
Okay. But that's all right. Let's go. Oh no, I shouldn't be. Yeah.
Also, the podcast topics for me, Brody. It's been really boring for me. So Brody said I could choose the topics. Well, some of the topics. So yeah.
Alright, so I made sure to make less gaming and sports topics.
Yeah, because he knows. And also, Brody was probably ranting a little bit ago about how I wasn't sure how I was 4 minutes late. Yeah,
no, I was like, Kevin was like, "You want to fight the weather with us?"
Yeah.
I don't really feel like fighting the weather anyway. I can hear you on Minecraft.
Yeah.
So, Matt is on 12 out of 12 for the podcast, and...
Oh, yeah, big Bob.
So, next Wednesday, actually, like 4 or 5 days, is your next game show. 5 days.
Yeah, 5 days.
You're going to play the winner of Addison Dish versus Leah, which is at 2 today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, Jess said that Leah would be easy to beat, and I don't know how good Addison Dish is. So let's see. The podcast is in jeopardy, and not like the game show Jeopardy, but our school decided to put half days on Friday now.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to condense format.
So the podcast time. Oh yeah, there's gonna be no timestamps this week, unless I find a notepad.
Brody wanted me to do his intro this week.
Oh yeah. Oof. So you guys just gonna have to find the people at your own risk. About every 10 minutes is when someone's gonna be.
About.
So it's in jeopardy because there's gonna be half days on Friday. So instead of the times being like 10:30, 10:40 to 12:30, 12:40.
Yeah.
You're gonna see it.
You guys might not see me start. You guys might not see me start because I might have to eat lunch.
Yeah, he might still be on, but he might not be starting.
Yeah, I might not be starting. Ooh, that's something to be scared of. Okay, start with the topics now.
Alright, so Coke versus Pepsi.
I don't really care. It doesn't really bother me which one.
Oh yeah, so
they're both really good.
I'm gonna tell you, everyone, here's some upcoming videos. This weekend, there's gonna be a triple header of game show videos. There's gonna be.
Is episode 4 coming out?
That's coming out.
People need to know. Is episode 4 coming out?
Sunday.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm gonna try to do a reacting video with some of my friends. Reacting to Coco Melon videos.
That's gonna be fun.
For sure, we're just gonna go like, what? Like, saying everything wrong about it.
Coco Melon. Yeah.
All right, let's go. All right, so what is your reaction to the initial TGST bracket, the opening? You already played a match. What are your reactions if you have seen any other matches?
Have I seen any what?
Any other matches on YouTube?
Oh yeah, I have seen. Well, I know every single match basically. I know the outcome of every match, so I don't really have. I haven't watched any on YouTube because Brody has spoiled every single match.
You want me to tell you them? Plus, I'm too.
Yes, I do.
I'm too anxious to try to conceal the score.
Yeah, he really wants to.
Man, I have to tell you that the score is flipping 37-0.
Yo.
Dude, I
Nice,
was like,
Brody.
I kept like Jess versus Connor. Jess, how are you getting these all right? And she wasn't looking them up because she said I within the first 2 seconds, and then she answered it right away.
Probably because you made the questions too easy, or maybe you didn't. I don't know.
No, there's
Honestly,
a whole
she's probably
Harry
just
Potter
good at Jeopardy.
category.
Probably just good at Jeopardy, Brody.
Oh no, she got blown out by Mira, so.
I know, but she's probably not that bad. She didn't lose to Connor, so.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's see. What is the best game ever that you've ever played?
Minecraft, hands down. Minecraft.
All right, haters. All right. So, what is your all-time favorite person or people that you've ever seen or watched on the podcast?
Caden. It's Caden.
Right.
Caden and Mr. Spicer and Mr. Grinder. That was fun.
You watched
and
that
also
one?
Emma revealing your secret. That was pretty fun. It's pretty funny.
All right. You control the podcast. You ask me questions for the next minute.
Okay. Hey Brody.
What?
Why? Hey Brody. I think the viewers might not know yet, but why is it called TTB Podcast?
I don't like to reveal this.
I already know what it is.
All right.
Like,
so if any of you OGers have seen
know
this,
what it means.
I revealed it like 5 times in 12 podcasts.
Yeah, but he hasn't revealed it like since then.
I revealed it last week. It's Talk to Brody.
Brody, Talk to Brody podcast. That's why.
And doesn't the word 12th look so weird?
Yeah,
like,
it does.
Why is there an F in it?
I don't know.
Maybe someone is accidentally spamming Fs and then they put it in the 12.
Yeah.
Well, next week's gonna be the 13th, so someone will probably die during it.
You, maybe.
I don't want to die.
New game show host.
No. Oh yeah. So me and Sawyer came up with the name for the winner of the game show, and guess what it's called? You'd be the Trivia Lord 2021.
Yeah, I heard. Sawyer already told me.
And I know you really want that.
Yeah.
You want that title really bad.
Not really, though.
It would be an embarrassment. Like, if you lost to, like, someone who you were heavily favored against, like, let's say Kevin getting blown out by Sam.
Oh, I'm not favored to win against, Mr. Taylor. I'm supposed to lose to Mr. Taylor.
That's if you play against him. You can't just, like, sleep on your next match, because who knows?
No, I'm not going to. I'm just saying I'm supposed to lose to Mr. Taylor.
I know, but the best way to take it is definitely one match at a time.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you can't
How
just...
do you feel about this?
What?
Brody, why weren't you in the game show?
Because I'm hosting it.
I know, but why did you want to participate secretly? Did you want to?
No. Because I knew I'd get so much hate. The haters would be all over me if I lost.
Oh no. The haters.
I know. Pretty scary.
Where'd you get haters from?
Don't ask. So, if you guys want to watch next week's matches are going to be, we're going to have a loser's bracket match. We're going to have Caden versus Mr. Taylor. We're going to have Mira versus Evan. And then we're going to have Matt versus whoever the winner is. Those are going to be next week's matches for the game show.
Minecraft series thoughts.
Oh, yeah. What are your thoughts about the thoughts about the Minecraft series?
It's pretty buff. Brody has, like, this weird house.
It's not weird.
Brody doesn't like it when I cross the river, okay? That's all I'll say about these next few episodes.
No spoil.
Brody doesn't like it when I cross the river.
Mm-hmm. We're also having our potato war is over, though.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I spoiled it.
No spoiling, Brody.
Alright, important podcast question.
Not really. I don't really have any.
Do you think I should keep the podcast going?
You probably should change it a little bit more.
I know, but, like, what should I change it to make it more marketable and better?
Maybe do, like, 2 hosts or 3 hosts. Not, like, 2 or 3 people at a time. My bad. Yeah.
That would be harder to get people on then. Like, I have Haley and Tori going right now.
Yeah, that'll be pretty entertaining. Like how Mr. Spicer and Mr. Garner went together.
Well, I would need to give them more time because with 2 people, there's more things to say. Because 10 minutes is never enough for Mr. Spicer, Mr. Gonder. Like, the first time on the 9th podcast, Never Made It to YouTube, Mr. Spicer's like, oh, you don't want me here anymore? And I just died laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Alright, so, yeah, I'd have to change the format a bit. But I probably will soon. Just, I need more people on. So, if you're watching it right now, make sure to send the link down below out to anyone you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And like and subscribe to Brody and the Kata on YouTube.
So, some podcast history is being made today.
And why is that, Brody the Kata?
Because, 1, Haley and Tori are the first kids to go double.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I am actually filming the podcast at my dad's for the first time ever.
Yeah, I heard. It's pretty exciting.
It's pretty big news for sure.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's see. Last question. NFL Games Divisional. Who do you think's going to win, Browns or Chiefs?
Browns.
Yeah. Well, alright, haters. We have to get to Emma, so Matt is going to be gone.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, guys. I hope you had a good time viewing my podcast. I know it was shorter than normal.
It actually wasn't. It was actually 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Like and subscribe.
Alright, everyone. So I'm going to... An exclusive behind-the-scenes look. So you're actually going to see when Emma gets on the call. Not when I start recording. Because, well, yeah, so... You're not really going to see a different tab, but if you just skip ahead like 3 minutes. So I'm getting in the meet. I'm going to email her the link. Meow, 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 meow. Alright, so text to display, link, the URL, if the URL just copied and pasted, send, link sent, and yep, so she should be here any minute now, hopefully. And I'll pause until she gets here. And now, as Emma is not on here, I'm going to tell you some funny facts about the podcast about me in third person. So I'm going to talk about Brody and how bad he is in the podcast. First of all, you can hear his mouse click. It goes like, it's very annoying. Second of all, he plays Madden sometimes while he does the podcast. And he might even be doing that right now. Third of all, he's a noob. And fourth of all, well, yeah, it was the fourth of all. See, this is my point. Well, hopefully they roll out. I don't know if Evan's going to be here. Alright, everyone, so an update is looks like Evan is going to be on the podcast. She's going to be good because Emma is now officially penalized. What's up, Morris fans? We are back and we have French Feastin' here.
Hello.
It's French Feastin'. He's very excited.
I'm so excited.
Alright, so the podcast is in jeopardy. How do you feel about that?
I feel pretty good about that. I think I can. I just have to watch some videos and then.
How do you feel good about that? It's the school. Remember the school decision and Sam going cray.
Oh!
Yes.
Yeah. Never mind. I thought you were talking about the game show.
Yeah, I get it. I figured.
I don't feel good about that. That it's gonna ruin a lot of things.
Yeah, the time's gonna get bumped, but it's still gonna go. The podcast is still gonna go. Alright, so Coke versus Pepsi. Which one do you think is better?
Obviously, Coke.
What?
Because,
No, Pepsi's better. Come on, fight me right
No,
now.
I'm good. I'd
Alright,
rather
so what
not
is your
fight.
reaction to the TGST bracket? You beat Connor pretty soundly, but you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go up against Mira. Mira blew out Jess, who blew out Connor, and you barely beat Connor.
Okay,
So she's a heavy.
I messed up. I messed up once, but I'm prepared.
She's a heavy favorite against you.
Okay.
So you think you can actually win this one?
Yeah.
Well, alright. I can't wait to see this.
It's all in the confidence.
Alright. Who is your all-time favorite person or people on the podcast?
I'm gonna have to say Mr. Spicer and Mr. Gonder.
Everyone has said that except Matt, who said either Mr. Spicer and Mr. Gonder or Caden. Well, I think I've only interviewed 2 people. But in the comments, people are like, oh my goodness, Mr. Spicer, Mr. Gonder. # best duo. # best duo forever.
Well, I've been trying to get Mr. Dixon on the podcast, but he's not going to be here for the rest of the week. So we couldn't intercept him today.
So you control the podcast. You can ask me topics and categories now.
Why do you play so much Madden?
What do you mean play Madden?
Okay, never mind.
What are you talking about playing Madden?
Okay, no. No, I'll ask a different question.
I play older Maddens.
Okay, I'll just ask you the question.
Older Maddens are better.
How do you feel, since you're the owner of the podcast and you create the podcast, how do you feel that you're going to have to be changing up times?
Whatever. I'm just mad that I have to go to school on Friday.
I know, right?
It's the whipping.
So
the whipping is an old joke. It's got a bottle. Yes! Oh, sorry guys, I'm playing Madden right now. Sorry for the inconvenience. I just tackled. Alright, yes. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Alright, so some podcast history is being made today. In fact, there's a duo of kids today, and this is going to be the last ever podcast with the 10:30 to 12:30 format.
Yep. That kind of sucks.
The newer format's going to be 12 to 2, and that means the premiere on YouTube is going to come out about 2:30 instead of 2. So that's going to be big sad. Right, Feasty? French Feastin'?
Yeah.
Oh, so if you guys want to know do you want to tell everyone where French Feastin' came from?
Oh, okay, yeah. So we were playing a Kahoot in Miss Patterson's class. She's a 5th grade teacher, science, and we did this like team mode. And so we were called the French Fries.
Yeah,
and then
because
we had
Camden was always French Fray that year, so he'd be French Fray, and then he came up with French Fever, and
French Feastin'.
And his nickname is still to this day French Feastin'. No, it went off the flipping upright. No, I was about to win the game. Now we're gonna
congratulations.
Then we're gonna have to go stinking overtime. All right. So, what are your thoughts with the Minecraft series? I know you aren't on it, but I know. Oh yeah, you're a Twitch streamer, right? Make sure to go follow Evan, and once he gets his subscribe thing up, make sure to go pay him money to make his credit card to give money
Just
to his.
Use Twitch Prime Gaming.
You don't have Twitch Prime on your channel.
Once you get a subscribe thing, it offers everyone a Prime Gaming thing, and then it's free, and it just gives them money for free.
What? I get.
But
money.
You have to have an Amazon Prime account.
Oh, get an Amazon Prime account then.
Yeah. My Minecraft series thoughts are post them quicker.
I don't want to post them every day though.
Yeah, not every day, but maybe like once a week instead of once every 2 weeks.
Why does everyone think it's once every 2 weeks?
Because that's what it feels like.
It isn't. It's like sometimes it's a week, sometimes it's a few days. My next one's coming out on Sunday. My last one came out yesterday.
Okay, you have a point.
The only time they go out is during the week, but because I upload lots of content during the week. Well, mainly
the podcast and everything.
So, yeah, the podcast is it's kind of dying, but not really at the same time. It brings in a lot of views for sure, and then whenever I say that I might be quitting it, riots erupt around the world. All right, so let's see. Important podcast question: would you like me to keep the podcast going?
Yes.
Would you like me to introduce anything new to try to spice it up?
Like I said yesterday, you probably know the idea I'm talking about. I'm not going to spoil it on here. Yeah. But I'll say some less important ideas that I've thought about. Maybe do some just like try and get different people. Like
I try to get different people, but yeah.
I know.
If you guys want different people on the podcast, send the link to them.
Yes.
Just send the link to all your friends, because if you want to see them embarrass themselves on the podcast, no, come on. Then yeah, I just do it.
Also, try and spice up a bit of the topics. I've seen you've done that today a lot about the podcast. Because most of the time it's like the same kind of basic things, but I've seen you've done that today.
Yeah, I did change it a little bit so it's not like sports gaming. There's like one gaming question and one sports question.
Yeah.
All right, so NFL Games Divisional. What I really am looking at is Browns versus Chiefs.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
I feel pretty good.
Who do you want to win?
The Browns.
Oh, I was gonna say. I thought you were gonna say. Oh, I want the Chiefs to win because I want to see Brody rage.
Oh, that'd be funny.
But don't worry.
Maybe.
I won't rage. No! Tackle him! Oh my goodness, he almost scored. Yeah, some other games are Packers versus LA Rams.
Yep.
I still hate you for that, Aiden Booth. He's like a diehard Packers fan, and the whole classroom is just Lions fans. And he's like, well, I'm a Packers fan, so I'm better. It was really annoying because, like, you know, like, there's that one kid that's a Patriots fan in your room, and then everyone else is, like, a Jets fan. and then you just beat him up at recess every day. I mean, no one beat Aiden up, but his mom was like really into the school, so if you beat him up, you'd probably get expelled. He was a nice kid, though. Okay. Well, alright, so do you have any questions for me, French Feasty?
No.
Oh, yes!
No.
Picked off! Return it! Yes! 30, 20, oh my goodness! Yes! 20, 10, touchdown! Pick 6! I just won the game! Crap you, Bears! Sorry for my raising voice. I'm very deeply sorry for that. Right, Evan?
Yeah.
He knows I'm not. My frame rate is so bad. I need 40 stamina, but I don't want to pay money for it.
I don't think the podcast wants to hear your.
Alright, fine. I'm buying stamina right now. Alright, so let's see. So, are you excited to watch anyone on this week's podcast?
Yeah.
So I get a big break after this. So, well, yeah. So you can stand here for a bit longer. I did 30-minute status quo. This is the status quo, and I'm at 27 and a half. If you want to leave, you can just tell me. But
yeah, I'm probably gonna leave. But thank you for having me on the podcast.
Yep, you can always join at any time. This is your second or third podcast that you have shown up to.
Yeah, my third.
Yeah, the fourth you signed up for because your first one you signed up, but I didn't hear anything from you.
Yeah, that was my first time. I didn't really have any good understanding. Well, I hear you're going back on Tuesdays, though.
Yeah, I'll probably be going back to school. Hey, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel if I should vlog. Should I vlog at school? Yeah,
vlog.
Fine, I gotta hide my camera.
No, you're gonna have to like blur everyone's faces. Sawyer's gonna have to at least.
Yeah, So if you guys make sure to contact me in the email. I'm not giving you my email. The only way, because I really only care if you know my email, because I'm only gonna hire people who personally know me. So if you understood what I'm saying, so if you want to become part of my staff, just email me for what you want. I signed a two-year contract with Sawyer for him being my editor. And
how much are you paying him?
Him and Matt.
Is it free?
It's free until if I get monetized. And then he'll be getting 10% of my sum.
Okay.
And then Matt and Sawyer are my head advertisers.
Good for you.
But they aren't under contract. So if you guys want to become staff, like I don't know, like want to help organize my events or something, I doubt any. Would you think it would be fun to or help me organize the game show? Like help host and moderate it. Because it's sometimes it's someone says E and then they give the answer.
Yeah.
And then and then you can hear how annoyed I am. I'm like, Sawyer or Connor or whatever, just I'm like, don't do it. And I'm like, oops, sorry. But yeah, so before you go, what is your favorite series on my channel?
The game show, even though it's new, I really enjoy it. It's fun and it's competitive.
So do you watch, or do you just watch? Do you just play, or do you do both? You don't know. So make sure.
Wait, can you repeat that, please?
So do you play the game show? Do you watch the game show, or do you do both?
I do a little bit of both. As you know, I am a contestant in the game show, so obviously I play the game show. Watch, and I've been watching up a little bit of the game show.
So make sure to watch Evan versus Mira, which is gonna premiere Wednesday which is gonna go live Wednesday at about 4:30. These two do have a little bit of history, but we're not gonna say it. So I think. Hey, I'm not saying.
You didn't have to mention it.
Hey, I didn't say anything. Now the viewers want to know what your thing is.
Next podcast you'll learn. Bye.
Wait, really? All right. Bye, everyone. I gotta take my lunch break. All right, everyone. We have Mira here.
Hi.
And Mira, you're on your third podcast in a row, which most people don't. It's pretty good. There's been, I think, only Sawyer and Matt have been on 3 podcasts in a row, and Kaden. But so the podcast is in jeopardy after the school announced their new thing on Fridays.
I know, I'm a little annoyed. I liked doing what we're doing now because I already finished schoolwork.
Well, it stinks, but hope it only affect the podcast, and it'll just delay the time till later in the day.
Yep.
Which isn't that bad, but it isn't that good too. So, Coke versus Pepsi. Which one is better?
I like Coke.
Coke? Why does everyone like Coke?
My parents and my sister always love the Coke from McDonald's because they have like their own like manufacturer or whatever. So, yeah. Personally, I don't drink that much soda. I usually only drink root beer and that's it.
Alright, so what do you think about the game show? Your thoughts? You have to play Evan next Wednesday.
I'd say it's pretty fun.
You think it's fun? You think you're gonna get far in the podcast?
In the game show?
Or game show?
Yeah, no.
You don't?
No.
I don't know, you looked really good against Jess, and Jess beat Connor 37-0.
Well, the Jess Connor one was really easy for me because you put Harry Potter trivia in there, and I know all of that. If I had been in that one, I would have won.
Yeah? Well, you already beat Jess, though.
Yeah, I know.
Well, some people have gone through the Harry Potter phases, so... I mean, what, did you answer all those questions before Jess or Connor did?
All of them but one. I forgot what one of them was.
Like, I literally had, like, a countdown. Some of them are longer because there were some long ones. And then, like, 10, like, in, like, 5-6 seconds, even if it was a really long one, Jess would always say, I. And then I'd be like, oh my goodness, how are you doing this?
Yeah, there's one of them I didn't know, but I knew all of them but one. So,
because I didn't even know any of them.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a Harry Potter person at all. And some people get triggered at me for that.
It's a good series, but if you don't really like reading too much, you wouldn't enjoy
I like
it.
reading, but I don't read all the time.
Yeah.
Well, alright, so who is your all-time favorite person or people on the podcast?
Oh, that's obvious. Mr. Spicer and Mr. Gonder.
Well,
and me, of course me.
Well, you said on one of them, this is my favorite podcast because it has me in it.
Yeah, favorite people are me, Mr. Gonder, and Mr. Spicer.
So is it your favorite?
Mm-hmm.
My favorite? Probably them. They were on it twice.
They're funny.
The first time isn't on YouTube. The second time, it was obviously on YouTube. That's why I wanted them to come back again, because I know people really like them, and then...
Yeah. They're just funny in general.
I don't know how, because I even ask them during it, how can you be so funny? And he's like...
You go to school for that or something?
Yeah. Well, so, real quick, we have Tori and Haley from another school, but Tori from this school doing it next, so, yeah. So you control the podcast, so you can ask me basically anything for the next minute or two.
Who's your favorite person on the podcast?
I just answered that question.
I
literally said either Mr. Spicer, Mr. Gonder, or whenever Caden was on it. It's been a while since he's been on it, but...
Not good question. What is your favorite book series?
Percy Jackson.
Have you read all of them?
Are we talking about just the first series, or?
I'm talking about, not everything, but like everything that relates to like Greek gods that Rick Riordan.
No, there's too many books. Plus, not all of them are even in the Percy Jackson tree.
Oh, I finished the first book of Heroes of Olympus earlier. I gotta get the second one soon. I like them.
Yeah, they're too good.
What gave you the idea to start the podcast?
Oh no! I say this question every. All right, so Anna's stepsister was throwing a football outside, because one of them was in jail. But so this is and then TTB, which you can see right here, meant trust the bounce, which is what me and my stepdad came up with, right?
Okay.
So that's TTB. And she misinterpreted it for Talk to Brody. And I thought, that's a really good podcast name. And then you can put like capital letters, capitalized, half the letters not capitalized. Mm-hmm. And then I come up with sign-ups like that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came up with sign-ups that day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that night, and then yes, and then sorry for that, headphone users. And then the next night, or the next day, 4 people signed up. No. And then
Are you okay? Not your computer.
No, I barely completed something on Madden, and then the servers went down.
Oh. What podcast history is being made?
Let's see. Haley and Tori are the first ever duo that are kids on the podcast. Mm. And Jess made some history that I don't think any of us want.
What?
He cussed on the podcast.
Oh, when?
Which one was this?
Oops.
This is the 8th podcast. The 8th podcast during her time.
That's an issue.
Yeah, Caden also did once, but I kind of got him riled up, so I edited it out.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Thoughts about the Minecraft series. Do you watch that?
No.
Alright. So, let's see. Important question. Would you like the podcast to keep going?
Sure. It's fun to talk.
Yeah, and then, would you have any suggestions to, like, spice the podcast up?
I don't know.
You don't?
No, I don't have any ideas.
What time is it? So, NFL games. The Browns versus the Chiefs is the main one I'm focusing on because I'm a Browns fan.
Yeah, I don't know any football.
Well, I hope the Browns win in the next week. So, actually, I've never said this. This is the final week of Donald Trump being president.
I don't know his name. He's been impeached.
I know. Did he resign though?
Did he resign or was he impeached before?
Yeah, he got impeached. He won't resign. So that means Trump is actually still president. This is the last time that he is president.
Yeah. I don't pay attention to politics now.
But I find what's funny is if you go to the news tab under YouTube.
Yeah.
Guess what's there?
Trump stealing the Lincoln bus?
It's like 60% dislikes. All the videos are.
Oh, yeah.
It's really funny. So I see your time is up. It has gone by pretty fast. Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So if you want to be on the podcast next week, you can.
Okay. What time would it be going though?
Probably the same time as today. I mean, it'd be your choice, but.
Okay.
So, all right. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What? Alright, everyone, we have some history being made right here as we have two people that aren't band teachers on at once. So this could be chaotic, this could be fun.
Woohoo!
And we have Haley, who's been trying to get in the mood this whole time. And we have Tori, who... Is Tori trying to get into the mood?
Tori, wake up.
I think Tori might be sleeping right now. Well, alright, so... What? Oh, here. So, the podcast is in jeopardy. And no, not like Jeopardy the game show. Like, Jeopardy, because our school kind of changed some things around, and, well, it's not that great. So, Coke versus Pepsi, which one do you think is better?
That's one of the questions that I get confused about, because to me they taste exactly the same.
I prefer for Coke.
Can you hear Tori? Because is her microphone just that bad?
It's a little muffled, but I can sort of understand her.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Well, I think they taste the same, but Pepsi's my favorite. So neither of you are in the game show bracket, so.
Yeah, because my parents, they're like, it's either Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi that comes home. Normally it's Diet Pepsi, except I can't tell the difference between them. I don't know. It tastes exactly the same to me.
I'd say Diet Coke and Coke taste the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Tastes
the same.
Alright, so have either of you watched the podcast?
I watched of it.
I only watched the one that Jess was in.
Oh, because you both wanted to watch Just Swear on it?
Yeah. She was like, I'm banned from the podcast, I swore.
She isn't even banned, actually. But yes, you will get banned nowadays. Oh my goodness. So,
Otherwise,
you control the podcast, so you can ask me any question you want of any topic. Within reason, obviously.
Tori, do you have any ideas for questions? Or are you
Do neither of you not have a question or something like? No. Should I cue the Jeopardy music while Tori thinks of a question?
Yeah, Tori, you think of a question while Jeopardy music is playing in the background.
Alright, time's up. Did you think of a question?
No.
You didn't think of one? What is this? Well, alright, so both of you are making history. I don't think either of you have watched my Minecraft series, because I don't know if any of you watch the channel. So a question, would you like the podcast to keep going?
I mean, it's a fun thing for people to do, so I'd say...
Yeah, keep it going.
Even if it's small, it still does something, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to switch over topics. So how do both of you think about school?
Oh, God. Tori and I both hate our social studies teachers. So
Alright, let's try to keep this kid friendly here. I don't want anyone to get enraged about school. Please. Is there any bright spots about school?
Like positive things? Not really.
You can't think of one good thing that comes out of school.
I mean, I guess learning algebra for me, because it's easy and apparently it's actually helpful in life.
Well, yeah, math is used everywhere in life, and I'm not just some silly math teacher saying that. Don't imagine me as one either.
Well, I definitely have a least favorite teacher. Tell you that. Kind of stressful, honestly. So,
How is it stressful? How is school stressful?
at least for me, because there's this one teacher that just gives us so much work, and then she'll tell us to do it in like one night, and then on top of that, she'll have like a slideshow that we have to do, and it's just really annoying, and it stresses me out. I'm so used to not being stressed out.
So you don't really like school. So what are both of your what are both of your favorite games? Like it can be any kind of game.
Probably either Minecraft or Jackbox.
I think for me, it's a demo that I played the other day. It's pretty good. I think it's called like the Children of Silent Town or something like that.
Is it a horror game?
Yes.
Last time we were talking about, you kept talking about horror stuff.
Yes, I love horror.
Goodness, I hate horror stuff. I know Tori's going to agree with you. Tori, do you hate horror stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I like a lot of horror stuff I find funny.
How is it funny? It's just annoying. Like I would not care for that.
Like I'm fine with the Promised Neverland horror, but like anything above that, I'm not fine with.
Like what horror? Your mic is like so muffled.
She said The Promised Neverland. It's an anime and it's like dark.
Oh, anime is not horror. Oh my goodness.
Well, there's genres of it. There's like fantasy, romance,
I don't
horror,
know. I don't watch anime. Oh my goodness, I shouldn't have said that. I feel like everyone's gonna start sending me death threats now.
Oh God!
Like, why don't you watch horror?
Yeah, there's like the dark animes and stuff that count as horror, and she said that like anything above The Promised Neverland dark, she can't do.
So not as bad as you liking horror.
Yeah, I just love it. It's my favorite genre of everything.
Wow! Oh, anime or horror?
Horror.
Because I know anyone like AMG or the Cult is like basically anime fans. Almost everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all weaves.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, besides Brick. He says anime's for kids, which it's not.
Well, I don't know if he says it in a joking way, but he does say it, so.
Yeah.
He also says saxophones are cool.
I think I know exactly what he's trying to say there. Well, it's only been 8 minutes.
Wow.
Really?
So, do you both of you like? So, I'm gonna ask Kaylee this. Do you like going on the podcast by yourself or with Tori? Which one do you think was better?
I think I like doing it with Tori because then it's not like an awkward one-on-one thing.
Because you actually know someone? Well, maybe I could move toward that so you could send out like the link to people you know, because I don't know. I would need lots of people on if like for duos and stuff.
Mhm.
Like you could still do 1-on-1 or you could do 2-on-1.
Yeah.
I just think it's more fun with 2-on-1 because it would take up more time and it would be like. So make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you think duos are better. So both of you, your time is almost up. Wasn't too much history, but
It was different.
Either of you don't really like history. Well, at least the teachers. Well, Tori.
Yeah.
Well, if Tori Tori gets lucky because Tori gets a new social studies teacher.
Yeah, she's really lucky. It's like unfair.
Maybe you could if you, Haley, maybe you could try to at least try to like your social studies teacher.
You see, that's the thing. I already do fire.
Why would you ever think that?
Arson.
Oh my, why? Anyways, your time just about up, so we're gonna go on to another one of your best friends. Yeah.
Fun.
So you can always re-sign up if you want to rejoin. And yep, see both of you later. Bye-bye. Alright, everyone, we're here at the podcast, and I have a Lunchable. Got a Lunchable, and they're so quick and easy, to make and stuff. So I know you still gotta make the cracker sandwich, unless you have the big one, which you get the one I usually get is Pringles, 2 Oreos, a sandwich, and the water. So we have Jess here.
Yeah.
So the podcast is in jeopardy after the school announced their, what I think isn't really a good idea, of putting a half day in on Friday.
Yep, I heard of that.
So that I can't, so that people
what
can't.
I heard, some stupid Karens complained to the school that we aren't learning enough on Friday when we still get crap to do on
We
Friday.
still have work. I mean, you got to think about the teachers. They probably like that Friday is a more relaxed day because the teachers don't probably just. The teachers would rather have the kids in the class than have them just sitting on a meat.
Yeah.
Alright, I got my
Probably
3 cracker sandwiches and my 2 wafers. Right. So let's start.
Probably you'd have to change the podcast to a different day if you wanted to continue it.
12 to 2.
Not enough.
I'm not going to the extra thing. Alright, so Coke versus Pepsi.
I hate soda.
What? Wow, well.
It's true. I hate soda. Pretty simple.
So the TGST bracket reaction, you beat Connor 37-0.
I had fun during that, have to admit.
That really puts you in the competition because I think you have a chance because you would say aye 2 seconds after you saw the question.
That's true.
I was like, where is the place in Harry Potter located? Hogwarts.
Yeah.
You didn't get. There was one Harry Potter question you didn't get though.
Yeah, I didn't know how to pronounce the name of one of the professors on there.
Alright. So what is the best game you've ever played?
That's kind of hard. Have to admit. Yeah, I don't really know.
Who's your all-time favorite person or people that was on the podcast?
To be honest, I don't really have a favorite. Most of them are pretty enjoyable.
You don't? No.
Yeah.
So you control the podcast, so for the next minute or two, you can ask me basically any question within reason.
Yeah, I don't have a native.
So, some podcast history is actually being made today. Haley and Tori, and then me
and Tori.
Then me being my dad.
Yep, and then Haley, I think, is the first person out of our school. I think.
But she did that in the 9th one.
Yeah, she was on the 9th one. That got canceled, I think.
The 9th one.
Yeah, it did.
Alright, so I just changed the feedback so you won't hear random pops anymore. That was me changing my volume. I mean, I liked it, but it's kind of annoying during a YouTube video. Because it'd be like... So, what are your thoughts about the Minecraft series that I have?
It's pretty enjoyable to watch. I sometimes have it playing in the background while I'm drawing.
Well, 3 episodes are out. We have film 7. The 4th one's coming out on Sunday.
That's cool.
So, important podcast question. Would you like me to keep the podcast going?
Only if you want to. If stuff starts to get stressful on the podcast, then don't do it if you really don't have to.
Well, would you like to add anything that might spice it up, like make it...
No, I can't really think of anything.
Alright. So what else? Do you have any questions for me?
Not really.
No. So today's been I don't know really kind of day for you on today in the podcast. It's like you control the podcast. I don't have any questions to ask for you. Who's your favorite all-time favorite? I don't know. For me, my favorite is probably Mr. Spicer and Mr. Gonder.
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
It was, I mean, when they got to that heated thing about McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
I mean, only they can make a McDonald's thing funny.
Yeah, only they can.
Are you still in band?
Yep, I'm still in band.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's cool. I'm doing decent.
You're in clarinet?
Yep. Or as Leah likes to call it, the giant recorder.
Some people say it's a glorified recorder.
Yep.
Well, speaking of Leah, at 2:00 today, Leah and Addison Dish are gonna go at it for the.
Well, I need to see this
in the game show. I don't know if either of them is going to do good or bad.
Look, all I know is that, to be honest, Leah's kind of an idiot sometimes, so... It's mostly on school days that she ends up losing brain cells. How I know this? I've known her for way too long.
So the winner is going to play Matt, and then the loser of that match is going to play you. Which will
then I'm probably playing Leah.
Which is, I'm probably going to schedule that for next Friday. So I noticed this before, and I'm going to restate it again. Doesn't 12th look so weird?
Yeah, I have to agree with you.
With the F in it?
Yeah, it does.
Like 12th. Well, so I see that podcast is 30 seconds away from hitting the 1 hour mark. So I have had some haters say that, like, oh, 1 hour, oh my goodness, who's actually going to watch the podcast for that long? Some people do. I mean, if I look at my watch times on the podcast versus any other video, it's way longer. And that's not because it's long. It's because people like it and watch it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to listen to. I normally just have my phone like in the background or something.
While you're drawing?
Yep.
Like, I've seen, like, you post some of your drawings on the Discord server, and it's like, and then everyone's like, wow, how'd you draw that in a day?
Yeah, it happens. Either I take way too long, or I don't take any time at all.
Well, that's cool. So it's been 10 minutes. Just trying to create some other topics, but so the 1 hour mark was hit. This is 1 hour and 37 seconds. So this is really the end of Jess's time. So if anyone want to stick around, we have Sawyer's time and his outro coming up next. So for me and for Jess, bye bye. Alright, we have Sawyer here, and I'm gonna turn up the volume because he's gonna talk a bit quieter. Because he's at a bookstore right now.
Yeah.
So once he was at a restaurant, now he's at a bookstore.
Yeah, it's really fun, you know. Every Friday, I'm like somewhere else.
Well, in Ezra class, you're going last again.
Last,
But I understand you like the outros. You're like, all right, guys, make sure to watch the podcast, binge watch it, and binge watch it, and like and subscribe. And I usually just start blasting pig stab.
Yeah, basically.
All
right.
So Coke versus Pepsi.
Coke versus, you stole that from us. Coke versus Pepsi. Pepsi all the way though. Pepsi.
Yeah, let's go.
This Coke is too sugary. Pepsi is obviously the superior cola.
Mhm.
I'm doing the podcast, mother. I'm doing Brody's podcast. Okay.
What is the best game ever?
The best game ever. Right now I really like Terraria.
But like ever.
Ever. I really like Link's Awakening was really good. Yeah, probably Link's Awakening. I like that game.
Why not Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild?
Because I don't have that game.
You don't?
No.
What about Minecraft?
Minecraft is okay.
Alright. Who's your all-time favorite person or people on the podcast?
On the podcast? Myself.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely myself. I'm pretty sick. Yeah.
So we did start Sawyer's time about 4 minutes early because he's at a bookstore.
Yeah.
So you control the podcast, so you can ask me some questions.
Yeah. Doritos or Cheetos?
Well, what kind of Doritos? And what kind of Cheetos?
I guess nacho cheese, Gotta go with.
What kind of Cheetos?
Cheetos. Regular crunchy.
Then Cheetos all the way. If it's Cheetos...
What? No. Nah.
Cool Ranch Doritos are the best.
Cool. No. I like the purple ones. What are those called? Chili
spicy
cheese
chili.
or whatever.
My favorite Cheetos are Cheetos Puffs.
Yeah, Cheetos and a cup of Pepsi. Yeah. Do you ever collect comic books?
Unfortunately, no.
Really?
No.
Huh.
So you like vlogging right now, like book hunting for Deadpool #7?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't book hunting for #7. My mom had to pick up a book. This bookstore, this is story time for you. And I was like, yeah, come. And I came here, and there was Deadpool #7, and I needed that collection. So, I picked it up, and yeah. Basically, that's the story.
So, do you have your own money, or are you using your mom's credit card?
My mom wants to support the small businesses right now, so she's using her credit card.
Barnes & Noble is not a small business.
It's not Barnes & Noble.
What is it?
It's Totem Books, I think is what it's called. It's in Flint.
Where are you at?
I'm in Flint.
Never heard of it.
My home. You've not been to Flint?
Totems.
Oh, yeah.
Of course I've been to Flint.
I used to live in Flint. And then I moved to Fenton.
Did you go to Lake Fenton when you moved in Flint?
Yeah. I school choice. It was like a 30-minute drive, so. Brother got like an amethyst crystal
and I picked
thing.
a dark one because those are rare.
Alright, so Sawyer's brother just made a cameo, guys.
Yeah, Cameo. Booked me on Cameo.
Sawyer, you do not have a Cameo account.
Yeah, I don't have a Cameo.
You should.
Yeah.
That would be funny if you did, though.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
So make sure you give a shout out to Sawyer, his podcast. Look it up on Spotify.
Yeah, Sawyer Cup and Matt Minecraft chat.
And make sure to say how great he is in the comments, because he is my official editor and advertiser.
Okay, I'm gonna have to end my time early. Okay, bye.
Wait, were you leaving? Oh, alright guys, looks like Sawyer can't do our outro, so I'm gonna have to do it. So Sawyer just had to end it early. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe for weekly podcasts. Like the bell, ring the button, and I will see you all later. Also, make sure you always have to binge watch the podcast. So thank you all, and I will see you all later. Bye. Bye. Alright guys, that's gonna do it. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you